So, hey guys, today, well, it's, well, my videos are uploading. It's Wednesday, December 30th. It was Christmas a few days ago. I made a video the Christmas night. So, as you can see, we're gonna be playing some Among Us. So we're gonna be doing the scout because it's my favorite. Let me try that again. Let's see if this works. Confirm. Okay. Okay, let's get it. Okay, in public. Guys, if you're wondering why I don't have an E at the end, it's because I can't fit it. So yeah, let's get the game.
But then, the unthinkable. In July of 2016, the fuse is lit on a human ticking time bomb. Kevin Ewing is allowed to post bond for his crimes, despite the horrible violence he's repeatedly inflicted on his wife, Tierney.
His family was able to obtain a bail bondsman that allowed them to free him from jail on 5% of that. So the family put up $5,000 to get him out of jail.
In an irony particular to cases of domestic abuse, Ewing is allowed to live relatively free until trial. His wife, on the other hand, is living in fear, seeking safety in a women's shelter.
The victims are being treated like the criminals. They put them in safe houses. And you know what? They find them every time.
Despite a court order forbidding him from contacting Tierney and an ankle bracelet to monitor his every movement, the fatal attraction of Kevin and Tierney drew them back together yet again. Tierney's sister tells our special correspondent Kim Goldman that she believes it was an act of selfless courage.
So what struck me is that your sister ended up in the house with Kevin and his mom. Do you know why she ended up there?
I believe she was there to protect her family. I honestly think that. I'm not saying that in some sick, twisted way of being manipulated for years, that maybe she didn't have some sort of
Great, so I have great vision. Okay, so I have great vision. I just never get it great.
It's all quality was to keep everyone safe. And she didn't want anybody else to get into this with her.
Do we have any inclination as to why she may have gone?
The only thing I can tell you is that she was convinced that she had to stay near him to protect her family members.
She was a tough girl. She was not going to go out there and look for help. She felt like she could handle it and that she could make it right and keep her family together.
Her father, Rich, has another theory. Kevin's attorneys warned their client that he was in serious trouble for his latest assault on Tierney.
Said you're looking at 20 years to life. And he always told me I ain't never going back to jail.
At midnight on August 30th, Kevin Ewing began the final chapter in this ill-fated romance.
Police received a call from Rosalie Riggle, which is Kevin Ewing's mother, and she advised that Kevin had been in the house with a gun holding them hostage in the basement of the house. He had cut off his ankle monitor and took Tierney and put her in the car, and they left the house.
I received a call at about 5:30 a.m. that he had taken her, and that's when I knew it wasn't going to be a happy ending.
I got a phone call at work at about 6:05. And I was told that she had been taken again. And my first thought was,
And she said he had her. I knew it was going to be all over.
that morning, there was probably 6 police cars in the driveway, and they came in and they wanted us to leave because they were afraid he was coming after us.
Did they tell you why they were coming to the house?
They just said that they were here because they knew that he had threatened to kill us. He
screams, and gunshots.
They heard the initial shot. They heard a female voice say, "Why'd you have to shoot me?" And they heard the second shot. They heard a man's voice yell, "Get out of here." And then they heard the third shot.
Tierney is held in the loft of the old bar. Police make their way inside, confirming the family's worst fears.
We realized that the first shot that they heard, he had shot her in the forehead. And a .22 caliber, it's not a very powerful gun, and that bullet actually didn't penetrate her skull. It just kind of traveled between her skull and her skin to the back of her head. However, after she exclaimed, "Why'd you have to shoot me?" he shot her again in the temple. That shot did penetrate her skull and caused her death.
Kevin saved the last shot for his own temple. Incredibly, cops find him still alive.
They performed some life-saving measures on him. They were able to get him into a helicopter and transferred to the Pittsburgh hospital, where he remained alive for a couple of days.
Kevin finally succumbs to his cowardly
I said, I need every inch of that property, or that area out there, except that barn. I did not know that barn was back there. But if I did, I would have been there.
With my brother's murder, I became very close with the prosecutors in my case, and I knew how much they took home with them. I mean, I could see it on your face. Like, I can't even imagine when you're so close to keeping somebody safe and trying so hard to fight for them.
Because it's the hardest thing that's ever happened to me since I took this job for the company.
I can't help but think that the system and the judge.
The judge killed my daughter. The judge killed my daughter.
Crime Watch Daily reached out to Judge Gary Gilman for his response to Tierney's parents' allegations and got a brief no comment. But State Senator Camera Bartolotta was so moved by Tierney's story that she introduced domestic violence legislation in the victim's name.
With this bill, it would actually give our judges more tools to use in determining whether or not to even set bail, and to be able to use their discretion and deny bail.
It's on 15%, my phone.
Assessment is high enough that there might even be a potential of a dangerous situation for a victim.
Kim Goldman broke the news of this promising legislation to Tierney's devastated parents.
It will be called Tierney's Law. Oh. Thank you, Lord. At least we helped her in some way.
It's a glimmer of hope that other victims of domestic abuse might experience a different fate.
I've been wanting to give you a hug this whole time.
National University offers 100% online degree programs with flexible 4-week classes, so you can earn your degree on your schedule. Scholarships available. Apply today at nu.edu. Each year, Americans waste $21 billion by overpaying on car insurance. That's why I went to thezebra.com. Because while every company claims to save you money on car insurance, the Zebra shows you who actually can. Compare car insurance for free at thezebra.com today.
Are you suffering from bloat and bulge? Probiotin from Horse Factor can help. Probiotics improve digestion while EGCG burns fat. Thousands of men and women trust Probiotin to help them lose weight. Rush to Walmart for Probiotin, the #1 probiotic fat burner in America.
Hello?
Hey, Dad. Bobby's wondering if you could watch cartoons with him.
Yeah, that sounds nice. Oh, okay, so,
Dad, check your email.
okay, click. What is this?
It's Sling Watch Party. You can invite people to watch live TV with you.
Wow. Hey, family. How'd you get in there, Todd?
Sling Watch Party is live TV together from anywhere, only from Sling. Get the best of cable for the best price.
That's a car, and this is drive time. We make getting approved to get a car easy.
Oh, I love what you did.
Do you need a car?
Big time.
Well, drive time, you have a -% chance of getting approved, and it only takes 2 minutes. So, grab your phone,
Got it?
go to drivetime.com, fill out some basic info,
Check.
and
I got approved. That was easy.
super easy.
for losing 64 pounds. Introducing Healthy Wage, the incredible weight loss motivator that lets you bet on your weight loss and pays huge cash prizes. Featured on Good Morning America and The Today Show, Healthy Wage has paid tens of millions in prizes. The average winner loses 40.7 pounds and gets paid $1,245. Choose your personal goal and Healthy Wage calculates your real cash prize up to $10,000.
It was simple. 1, 2, 3. You do this, you get your money. So I put my numbers in there and found that I could win over $1,900 for losing 50 pounds. If someone's going to actually pay me to lose weight, why not go big? The icing on the cake was the $5,600. Your life is going to change for the better.
Now join the thousands of weight loss winners. Don't miss out. Find out your prize and win real cash for
my phone what is on 14%.
More than identify your company. It can connect in meaningful ways, energize your team, and inspire your customers. We're 4imprint, and we know your logo on the right product can create moments that matter. With 30 years of experience,
Yana, my phone is on 4.
Turn it off for a little bit.
Now I'm recording a video. So guys, yeah, I'm just gonna join a random game. I always go to the bottom. I always go to the bottom.
Because hope fuels opportunity.
No, it's
See
gonna
what scholarship you
be
qualify
broke.
for at phoenix.edu.
Okay.
Mom, why don't we always come here for the holidays? How did you find Great Grandma's recipe?
Are we related to them? We're Portuguese. I thought we were Hungarian.
Can you tell me the story again?
Every question is a story waiting to be discovered.
That's it for today's Crime Watch Daily. I'm Chris Hansen. If you have a story or a tip for us, just go to crimewatchdaily.com or you can call or text us toll free on our tip line. The number is 1-844-800-CRIME. We'll see you next time, everyone. And remember, we are watching. Welcome home, Mr. G.
Next on Unsolved Mysteries. A teenager falls in love with a man twice her age, but their story of romance ends in murder. Many believe the Shroud of Turin is the actual burial cloth of Jesus Christ. Skeptics claim it's a forgery by a talented painter. Kurt Horton was declared missing in action in Vietnam. His family believes he's returned to the U.S. with a new identity. And Texas firefighters discover the burned body of a young woman tied to her own bed. Perhaps you can help catch her killer. These are chilling cases that you won't want to miss. I'm Dennis Farina, and for the next hour, this is Unsolved Mysteries.
Are you on Medicaid and in need of bladder control and incontinence products? Then stay tuned for a free offer from Active Style.
I'm embarrassed to go out in public because sometimes I have accidents. Can Medicaid help me with bladder control products?
Can I get my bladder control products delivered at no cost to me? Is there a home delivery service for bladder control products? How would you like to have all your incontinence supplies delivered discreetly right to your door at no cost to you? You can if you're Medicaid eligible, thanks to Active Style. At Active Style, we understand your needs and offer convenient home delivery of incontinence products for children and adults. When you call a personal consultant, someone like me will help you find the best bladder control supplies supplies for you. Inside every product is a super absorbent core that turns liquid to gel and locks it away to help protect your skin and keep you dry. Your comfort and satisfaction are assured by our Get It Right guarantee. If the fit's not right, we'll send different products until you're completely satisfied. Plus, we'll handle all the details with your doctor and insurance. And your privacy is assured. Every order ships free right to your door in discreet boxes. Best of all, our caring and complete service costs you nothing if you're Medicaid eligible.
With Active Style, my bladder control worries are gone.
This is a special TV offer. If you're Medicaid eligible, you'll get our great caring service, our Get It Right guarantee, and a free sample. So please, call now.
If you're on Medicaid, call now for your free sample. Active Style is the easy, convenient way to get incontinence supplies shipped discreetly to your door at no cost to you.
Have your Medicaid card ready and call 1-800-378-6455. That's 1-800-378-6455. Call now.
Manatee County, Florida.
Let me do the
When
random
Annette
dance.
Schopfer was 16, her family moved from Ohio to Florida. Annette was on the shy side.
Annette discovered that it was very hard to fit in with the clique of friends. And she missed that terribly because she was so much a part of high school in Ohio. So she ended up dropping out of high school and got a job as a checkout girl at one of our local grocery stores.
Hey, Annette, can you come here a minute? At work, Annette finally made a friend, the butcher, Jim Burnside, who was 28 years older than she was.
Listen, I just wanted to ask you, there's a little restaurant down where I keep my boat, and I was wondering if you might join me for dinner tomorrow night.
At that time, she was only 17, and this man was almost as old as her dad. We really hoped that she would meet somebody more her age, but she was so much in love with him that we finally agreed to meet him. But I didn't like him from the first time I met him. There was just something about him that I really don't know how to put into words. I just did not feel comfortable with him at all.
Despite her family's concerns, Annette married Jim. The bride was just 18, the groom was 46. But it wasn't a fairy tale marriage. For Annette, it was the beginning of 6 years of physical and emotional abuse.
She became afraid of him almost immediately because he was jealous of her, and when he was drinking, he was violent and made remarks to her all the time that she would never ever leave him. He started telling her right from the beginning that he would kill her if she ever tried to leave him.
Hello? Annette, where are you?
Just before her wedding anniversary, Annette took refuge in a local shelter for battered women.
I can't.
Come back now or I'll get even with you.
He told her over and over again, if he couldn't find her, she would suffer.
Kill your family.
She would absolutely suffer because he would kill her family. And Annette felt like she didn't have any choice.
Right.
I told her, don't stay with him because of us. I would rather be dead than to have you live a life like this.
Good thing you're here. I have something for you. Here, honey. Welcome home.
Over the next few years, Annette and Jim had 2 daughters, and for a while, it seemed things were improving. Annette took a job as a receptionist for a local car dealership. One of her co-workers there was a salesman, who we'll call Dave.
And Annette actually asked my advice and said, what would you think about an automobile? I want to buy a car. I told her she just wanted a little bit more freedom because he always dropped her off and picked her up. She took the car home and got more than, gosh, I don't know, 3 days a week to rank it.
Take care of her.
He said, if you ever try to leave me, I'll it just upset Annette so bad. She would tell me the way she was being treated, and it would just tear me up to see what she was going through.
The next day, when Jim was at work, Annette called the police. They escorted her and her daughters to safety.
She said that she made up her mind that this is it. She's not going to stay with him another day. If he kills her, he's going to have to kill her because she cannot live this way anymore.
By the time Jim came home, Annette was on a plane to Ohio. She took her daughters to stay with relatives, then secretly returned to her job in Tampa Bay.
He had no idea where she was, but in the meantime, Jim was calling us with these threats and telling us that this divorce was never going to be final. It would never see its final day.
When Jim discovered that she was back in town, he began to spy on her and was often seen near the dealership.
Could not get any help from anybody, even the sheriff's department. When we went there, it was like, Jim has to do something. We just cannot arrest the man. He's got to do something before we can do anything with him.
The day before Annette was scheduled to appear in court for a divorce hearing, she met the man we're calling Dave for lunch.
Hi, Dave.
How's it going?
Good.
Well, she was smiling and happy, and the sound of her smile turned to fear. I got out of the automobile because I knew if I didn't do something, this could be the end for Annette. He looked at me like he was just about to enjoy a large steak. I watched the fire come out of the gun, and it was like slow motion. You could feel each one go in, just like a hot poker.
By the time Dave regained consciousness, Annette was dead. Jim stabbed her 15 times with a 10-inch butcher knife. Jim Burnside escaped on foot in broad daylight. He bought a bicycle and army camouflage fatigues. He withdrew $500 from an ATM and disappeared.
What I'd like to see is James Burnside off the streets, not because of what he has done to me, mostly what he has done to his own children, his wife. This is why he has to be taken off the streets, because he's going to do it again.
She knew in her heart she was not going to make it. I knew in my heart she was not going to make it. I just hope and pray that somebody spots him. We never will feel safe until we know Jim has been caught. It's bad enough knowing that Annette had to die, but to know that he is still out there, it's horrible.
Update. The night this story aired, 2 viewers called to report that Jim Burnside was living in Alabama under the assumed name Al Wilson.
When I saw his actual picture, I just looked at her husband and I just started pointing and I'm going, tell me my eyes aren't deceiving me. You know, that is Al. And he goes, yes, that's Al.
First thing I thought is, well, hey, you know, let's call up the authorities and get this guy off the street.
Burnside was working as a carpenter at a flea market just outside Chelsea,
Okay,
Alabama.
guys. You just have to run from science. All I'm doing is doing my task.
Sure that James Burnside would be at this flea market on Highway 280 located in Shelby County.
Just gonna quickly get to it. Let's quickly finish my task. Then all the guys have to finish their task. Alright. I just run from science. You run from science, alright, guys.
Burnside pulled out a .357 Magnum and pointed it at the officers. Burnside was shot twice, placed under arrest, and taken to a Birmingham hospital.
What we've been able to determine, talking to his co-workers, he had made a statement on Thursday morning that he had anticipated having a problem that day. So apparently he had viewed the unsolved mysteries himself Wednesday night.
Burnside pleaded no contest to first-degree murder. He was sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole. Coming up, The mystery of the Shroud of Turin. It could be the actual burial cloth of Christ or a forgery.
Saturday. This is the House of Horrors. It's a true crime event you'll never forget.
The thrill of the kill motivated him.
With the world's deadliest and most depraved serial killers.
They were just pure evil.
35 serial killers the world wants to forget. Starting Saturday, 11/10 Central on the new TV Mystery.
For 50 years, National University has championed affordable, accessible, achievable higher education for everyone. That's why we offer 100% online degree programs and flexible 4-week classes that let you start sooner and finish faster. And now, National University is investing $30 million in scholarship opportunities, so your education is more affordable than ever before. National University. Explore 100% online programs today at nu.edu.
This is my first time trying on glasses at home.
I went to Warden Parker's website and I picked 5 frames that I really liked.
Virtual try-on is perfect. Like being a look like you're on my face. Like literally.
Just swipe and switch.
Look at them.
I think you got it.
That was so easy. They make it so fun and fabulous.
Treat acute non-low muscle and joint pain with topical NSAIDs first. Formulation data can be found on Salon Plus. Salon Plus. It's good medicine.
This is an important alert for anyone taking the HIV drugs Viriat, Truvada,
Guys,
Complera,
this is one of the longest matches ever.
were originally approved to treat HIV-1. They are now known
Get
to
back
have
to
serious
this.
side
Bam,
effects.
bam,
They
bam.
include bone
Pew,
deterioration,
pew,
bone fractures, chronic
pew.
kidney
Pew and
disease, and
asteroids.
even kidney failure. The makers of these HIV
Guys, if I could, I would be doing mods right now and stuff, like the FGTV mod. But I can't. Oh yeah, they're all. Oh, I hate cards fight. Wait, I got that sign. Where's the sign go? So okay. Come on, you guys got this. Come on, red fuck this over. Oh, these guys not fucking good.
If you suffer the side effects of Viriat, Truvada, Complera, Strivil, or Intrepid,
Oh, this
call
is
now for your free no obligation
my
case
god, why are you
evaluation.
doing the
Together
dance?
we'll seek justice. Together we
I
will
can do
make a
mother.
difference.
Let's go do everything. Okay, decided. No, what's going on? Okay, don't do it. Don't do that. Don't.
The face of Jesus Christ has inspired artists throughout the ages. But how do we know what Jesus looked like? A piece of linen may hold the answer. It's called the Shroud of Turin. According to the Bible, after he was taken from the cross, Jesus was wrapped in fine linen. Many believe that somehow his image was imprinted on that linen.
When I first began to study the Shroud of Turin, I was convinced it was a crock, and that it would take me probably less than 2 hours to put away this pious fraud. After all, anyone with an IQ of 100 or over knows that all relics by definition are frauds. But I must admit, here I am some 17 years later. I who came to scoff have stayed to pray. My own personal belief is that the
It was in France during the Renaissance that the shroud was first shown publicly. Eventually, it was moved to Turin, Italy, where it was rarely shown in public. 3 centuries later, the shroud was photographed for the first time. Surprisingly, the photographer's negatives showed more detail than could be seen by the naked eye.
He was to write of this experience years later and would never forget that as he lifted that glass plate, he believed that he was the first person in 2,000 years to have seen the face of Jesus of Nazareth.
Dr. Robert Buckland, a forensic pathologist, has examined life-size photographic negatives of the shroud.
The body shows a number of injuries. On the head, we see a series of blood stains around the forehead, high in the scalp, and along the posterior portion of the scalp. These are consistent with the application of a crown or a cap of thorns. On the chest area, there's a rather unique wound. It is quite consistent with a puncture-type wound made by an implement which entered the chest cavity and produced an outflow of both blood and water. In the region of the left wrist, there is a puncture wound which was clearly made by some implement which passed into the tissues of the wrist and produced bleeding.
The crucifixion of Jesus is usually portrayed with nails driven through his crucifixion. But modern research has confirmed that at the time of his death, nails were, in fact, driven through the victim's wrists.
The Romans did enough of these, sometimes 500 a day, to be excellent anatomists. Like a butcher, they knew where the bones were. They put it in the wrist and it held the body and held it well.
In 1970, the shroud was made available to a number of scientists for the first time. Using particles lifted from the shroud with adhesive tape, biophysicist John Heller and chemist Alan Adler determined that there was blood on the cloth. They found chemical evidence of severe torture consistent with crucifixion. Their findings, however, are not universally accepted. Some claim that the shroud is a forgery, that it's the work of a highly skilled artist who painted with such tiny brush strokes that they can't be seen by the naked eye.
Mine was written out, I accepted it to be authentic. I looked for body fluids, that's the way it started. But the red turned out to be red ochre and another pigment, vermilion. These are common artist pigments. There's no question in your mind that it is a painting. Many copies of the shroud were made. It was felt by pious people at that time, if you touched the copy to the original, it would give the copy extra sanctity. It's called the Brandian, is the technical name. When they were touched, of course, some of that pigment ended up on the shroud, and that is what has been discovered. But it is not responsible for giving, let alone the whole body image, total front and total back.
Dr. Max Brott, a Swiss botanist, also examined the tapes. He discovered plant pollen trapped in the shroud. These microscopic organisms have hard shells that allow them to survive for thousands of years. But some of the pollen came from the Middle East, including the area around Jerusalem, where Jesus was crucified.
I think it's impossible and an awkward spot at this point because that try was a friend of mine, but I think that he wanted the shroud to be real so badly that he found pollen grains, which I didn't find. I have another set of tapes, and I did not find the same pollen.
Other scientists have studied the shroud. Optical specialist Kevin Moran claims his computer analysis revealed that the image has unique optical qualities. He believes they confirm the shroud's authenticity.
When I take a normal photograph, such as this child, and I place the child under the analyzer, you can immediately see a very distorted figure. The nose, with respect to the cheek, is totally distorted, and this is because this is a reflective light. This is not what we see on the shroud. The shroud is a very different type of image. The image immediately comes into three-dimensional form. The eyes and nose and mouth relationships are all recognizable. The image on the shroud is so unique that it almost enters a triangle factor all by itself. There's simply no way you can duplicate this image today, and people have certainly tried.
Among them was investigative journalist Joe Nichols. He created this pigment replica of the face Exhibit C.
You'll note the height of the hair and the height of the forehead. You know, you're all quite the same height. There's no proportioning or no shading. Here's the man of the shroud. You notice particularly that his nose is sticking above the rest of the face. The proportion of the cheek is not with respect to the nose is quite good. Notice how the hair actually stands up a little bit, but not too much.
In addition to Moran's findings, believers claim that the absence of brush strokes on the shroud proves his non-distinct. However, skeptics point out that Leonardo da Vinci's brush strokes were often invisible. In an effort to resolve this controversy, the Vatican allowed samples to be cut from the outer edges of the shroud. 3 universities were given a tiny fee for carbon dating. Dr. Paul Damon headed the carbon dating team in the United States. Their findings place the shroud's origin between 1290 and 1360 AD.
With less than 5 minutes, we could see that it could not possibly be 1st century. The difference between 14th century and 1st century is so great that you could see it within a few minutes in the first measurement. We made quite a few measurements, something like 16, but that was enough.
The rest of us would say we have no disagreement with what they dated, but are you sure you dated the main body of the shroud, or might you have dated a patch or a leeway?
My co-principal investigator, who is Irish from an Irish family and tried to be quite blasé about the whole process, looked very dejected. And I said, Doug, what's wrong? And he said, I didn't think I'd be disappointed, but I'm terribly disappointed.
The Vatican accepts the results of Paul Damon's carbon dating, which matched the tests done in Switzerland and England. Since then, questions have been raised about the carbon dating process. The Vatican has refused to allow further testing, but it did approve a major restoration. Critics say that restoration will make further research even more difficult. Consequently, the real truth of the Shroud of Turin may never be known, and many say that it doesn't matter. Next, a woman claims to have seen her brother more than 25 years after he was declared missing in action in Vietnam.
Do you want to turn back time 10, 20, even 30
Okay, so guys, this has been fun, honestly. This is getting funner by the minute. So I'm just gonna go do my navigation test. Record. It's been a long video. Wasn't this long? I don't know how long this video has been for. I'll just be running this way. Okay, so run over, out, my phone's on 5%.
Foundations and powders that you've applied the same old way for decades. Touchless Luminous isn't regular makeup. It's different. You get the best skincare, moisturizer, concealer, silky smooth foundation, and the power of the airbrush to give you skincare-powered cosmetics.
Skincare-powered makeup is kind of the perfect combination of skincare and makeup all in one. And airbrush technology is really the perfect way to apply makeup, keeping your skin healthy and youthful.
The Luminous Airbrush works by adding just a few drops of silk foundation to the stylus. Then start the air source, and when you lightly pull back on the button, the air in the silk
Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna end my video off there because my phone is on 5%.
creating a beautiful, smooth,
So,
and using up to 10 times less
bye, guys.